It's time to head over to Tromaville as we examine the radioactive Red Rage Toxie Toxic Crusader action figure from Super 7. This Ultimate Edition Toxie makes our third Toxie in the line. Don't know why we had a pregnant pause there. Anyways, I'm going to break down what's going on with it. I'll let you guys decide what you think of it. I do dig the figure, but let's skip articulation for a moment and check out the glow-in-the-dark features. So this guy has two glow-in-the-dark features, not one, but two. That is correct. First off, let's dim the lights. Let's take this show on the road and shoot some UV light at it, if you will, to get things going. We'll shine that sucker up really, really bright. This is a horrible edit job, just so you guys know. There he is, glowing in a red rage. Actually, it's a green rage right now. But he does glow in the dark quite well, so I'm definitely digging that. And then we'll just brighten up the exposure here so you can see that. Ooh, a little too bright. And there he is off. As you can see, the red's coming out of the green. It looks cool. But let me take you outside to see how this acts in natural sunlight. So there he is, and as you can see, it's starting to change color. It's definitely a cool feature, to say the least. So I just wanted to point that out for everyone. So let's break down articulation, starting at the head. The head does turn side to side, as you can see. It looks up, not a lot. It looks down, not a lot. It doesn't really do jack and crap side to side, but this is our third, so we already know what's going on. The arm spins around. The arm goes up. The arm goes down. We do have in and out with that hinge. We do have a bicep cut, and then we have a single bend at the elbow. And then we have rotation, if I can do it right, and hinge at the hand, which works. In terms of the body, it does rotate at the waist. It crunches back, not a lot, crunches down that much forward. And then in terms of the legs, they do kick out like so. They go back in, they kick forwards, they go backwards. We got the thigh cut up there. And then we have the single bend at the knee. And then we have rotation at the boots, if I can do it right. And then a hinge that goes down and a hinge that goes up at the foot with some rocking action. So there is that. Now, in terms of the design, once again, this is the third time Toxie's been in my collection. It's my first time reviewing it. But the sculpt is all there. It's all the same, minus the tutu. The tutu is missing from this one, and I'm not sure why. That's kind of strange, but it's not the end of the world. The head looks nice. We've seen this head before. The green plastic here is very cool. It definitely pops. It looks very nice. We get to the shirt. We can see it's a white shirt. And then we got some dry brushing and whatnot on it, or a wash, if you will. It's probably a wash to make it look a little dirty. The belt bandolier thing, there was some paint stuckage on mine, so I've had to scrape it off a little bit. So be aware of that. And then, of course, we got the yellow belt right there as well. That's a different belt that I don't have on him. So just so you know what's going on there. And then, of course, we go to the wrists. He's got the big fat wrist gauntlet, sweatband thing going on. And then he's got a skinny small one on the other side. Moving on from that aspect, we go down to the body. We got blue instead of black or green for the pants. All the design and the molds there. Once again, this is just a color variation with a different gimmick. So all of that looks fantastic. Nothing to complain about. But like I said, I do like the green that they used on this version. The boots came out good. The ooze coming from his boots, I think, looks probably the best on this version of Toxie. And then on the back, as you can see, more ripped effects and colors and whatnot. So yeah, not too bad. Now, in terms of accessories, he's packed in with a lot of different items. Nothing different in terms of those items we've seen before. So let's just go ahead and go through them. We got the Toxic Toxic Crusader shield. This time with a different color scheme on it, still with the logo and whatnot. Looking very cool. Obviously, it's like a drum barrel lid. And then, of course, Toxie has put a pipe to hold that lid. And then we got the mop. The mop looks really cool with that bright green. You'll see this more in the glow-in-the-dark portion of the accessories. Yes, they do glow in the dark. But you got the flag there. You just clip on like before. All that looks cool. Toxie ready to avenge America in his crusading way. And then, of course, we have an alternate head. This one, of course, without the bandana. Looking good. And then real quick here, we have the bandolier with the peg hole for Blobby, if you will. This one done in a yellow, and you can clip all the stuff on, which I'll show right now. And, of course, in the back there, you could either hold the shield or the mop, depending on how you want to display him. I put the mop in the back, and then I put Blobby on. And then, of course, now we're going to try to put the grenades on. I tried to fast forward through all this, because I didn't need to spend 20 minutes of everyone seeing it. But he holds everything well, as he should. The previous versions didn't have any problems in that regard either. And then, of course, there's Blobby and 3 grenade barrel devices, if you will. So, now that we've seen all that, we got all the glow-in-the-dark items here. We're going to go ahead and bring it down. Now, some of these will not glow. They have that radioactive red rage effect to them. The camera didn't really capture it, and I do apologize, but you can kind of see what's going on with it. We just shine some light on it, get that color going on. Depending on how you expose it, you can see the stuff definitely does glow. The green definitely stands out more in the video portion of this. Once again, I do apologize. I tried to get it all to glow on camera, but I just didn't pull it off, so I do apologize. But as you can see, as I bring everything back in focus here, you can see some of those effects changing colors to represent the red and whatnot. So, not too bad. Now, for our comparison, here are the other 2 Toxies. This marks the 3rd Toxie, so you got to ask yourself, do you really need a 3rd Toxie? Did I really need a 3rd Toxie? The answer is probably no. But I couldn't pass it up. I had the other 2, so why not make it a trios? If you don't have any of the other Toxies, save your money. I think this is a good bet, unless you're attached to one of the other color schemes better. But I figured I'd show off all 3 here so you know what you're getting yourself into. Now, in terms of another size roundup, here's some 6-inch quote-unquote scale figures. I know the pumpkin wrapper is bigger than 6-inch, but he's a bad guy and he fits in with the 6-inch line. So you can see what's going on with all those. And then, of course, we got a 7-inch scale with a lot of different lines from Super 7 to DC Collectibles, Diamond Select, NECA, McFarlane, Masters of the Universe, Revelation, and Mythic Legions. So overall, what do I think? I like the figure. Right now, I don't know what's going to happen 6 months from now, but I'm happy I got him. So we'll see how long he lasts with me. Once again, here's the problem. If you have the other 2, do you need a 3rd? Did I really need the 2nd? No, I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff and cool, rad, crazy stuff. But these things are cheap, so you gotta keep that in mind too. I mean, if you dig Toxie, pick it up. I mean, if not, just walk on by. I mean, seriously, you could probably spend your money on something else. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying, do what works best for you. I do like the figure. I am happy that I picked it up. But at the end of the day, it's a 3rd Toxie. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Head over to Comic Crusaders for more action, whether it be podcast reviews, interviews, and whatnot. And thank you so much for stopping by. And until we meet again, great googly moogly.